Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about replacing the headlights in a 2018 F-150. It should be the same for a 2015 through a 2020. They changed the way you do it, and let me show you how. Hey, subscribe. So we're inside my garage and it's nighttime, and these are the normal halogen bulbs. Going to try to do a comparison between them and the LEDs. Now, if you're unsure, just by looking at the truck with the lights on, these are the regular running lights, and you see the high beam is down here and it's not on. So this is your high beam bulb, and this is your regular bulb. Now I've turned on the high beam and you can see that this bottom is illuminated, so that's our high beam is on the bottom. So in my old 2007 F-150, you would simply remove the bolts and pull on the headlight housing, and there are some clips on the side, and you just use some force to pop the headlight housing out of there. It looks like in these 2018s, because the grille comes out over top of the headlight housing, you'd actually have to end up removing the grille in order to pull the whole headlight out. So to replace just the bulbs, we will come around underneath the back in the wheel well. There's the wheel well liner right here, which is held in by a couple of bolts. I have a 5mm attachment here on my impact driver to pull out these screws. So again, there's 1, 2, and then behind, you won't be able to see it very well. There's the third one here, and then right up under here. So let's get those off. Okay, once you have all of the bolts removed, 1, 2, 3, and 4, there's also, if I can focus, a little hand turn nut right there. You can just twist off lefty-loosey, and that'll allow you to pull back this fender lining much easier. So you can see there's that little hand turn bolt, and this will now have a lot more movement, and you will just kind of put this behind the tire and you'll have access to your headlights. So let me do that. So I personally think this is kind of a stupid design on Ford's part, having to remove the fender inline or the fender liner just to get to these lights. You see each of these lights has a little waterproof pouch that you will just pop off like so. And inside will be the headlight. And of course you're gonna lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. So these, again, the low, or the ones towards the bottom are the high beams. Ones towards the top are the regular lights. And let's go ahead and replace those. Back under here, I thought I would just show you, this is the high beam, and down just a little bit further, here are your fog lights. So I'm going to be replacing these as well. So here are my C-Light, Exal, whatever, LED lighting. So we've got my headlights and my bulbs. I've got the ones for the rear, or for the tail lights, for the reverse lights. And then these are my bulbs for my fog lights. I will put a link in the description for all of these. So once you pop the bulbs out of their housing, you can see that these old halogen bulbs are held in by this little clip. So you just pull this back and it should release, and of course you put your new LED lights into this same plug. So here's the plug again with the light out. You just pull back on this little tab here and it'll pull straight on out. It's really pretty easy. Now of course, Ford being Ford makes things harder by making the other one a little different. There's a tab on the inside of this where you have to pull out in this direction to release this bulb. So, love how Ford makes little changes so it makes things even harder, little different bolt sizes. It just gets frustrating, but we get it done. So on the back of these halogen bulbs, you can see some numbers. This is the main light, where this is the high beam light. On the back you can see it says H11. So in our new set, you can see here, HB meaning the high beam, and the H11 is replacing the regular bulb, or the main bulb, which has the H11 on the back of it. Just so that you can make sure you get these straight. regular bulb, and there we go, HB high beam. So let's get those replaced. Again, you just plug this side of the LED into the plug from the truck that we just took these bulbs out of. Of course, I like to put some dielectric grease in the connections before I put them together. Just that makes it a little bit more watertight, dust not getting in there, things like that. Keeps the electrical connection a little stronger. And you can already see it's so much brighter than the other ones. Just turn it on to test it. That's the regular beam. Once your bulb's installed, I'm going to push all of this extra electrical stuff in the little hole up here to get these wires out of the way, and then put the waterproof cap back on the backside. And we'll repeat that for all bulbs. Wires tucked in there nice and neat. We just simply put this cap back on. Wow, you can already see the difference in the lights just being inside the garage. You can see how amber and yellow it is on the driver or the passenger side, and how bright and white it is on the driver's side. Let's get a front view from outside. There you go. The driver's side has the new LEDs in it. Passenger side has the old halogen light bulbs in it. So these will be much, much brighter. Hey, subscribe.